Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with a quick layout share. This covers through the end of Scraptember and all the other series that I normally do. And today, as I'm talking to you, it is Saturday. I will publish this on Saturday afternoon. Tomorrow starts the 12 days of autumn scrap lifts at Scrap Squad and 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life and load the layout a day challenge that I always do. And so I'm gonna not do the sketches. I'm gonna do the 12 days of autumn scrap lifts, and then on day 13 I will, and I'm going to use those to do all the load prompts. Then on day 13 I'll start with the sketches to do the load prompts, unless I can't do that for some of my DT and stuff. I probably will not do all 30 days of sketches, and I may not do a video every day. I always say that, and then I end up doing it. It's almost as though I don't know how to scrap if the camera's not on. So anyway, here goes. This was for a sketch for Scraptember, and I used old and new Simple Stories collections because it was also Simple Stories Saturday. And my favorite part of this layout, first, the photo I think is great. Adam had found some Disney character hand puppets that he was going to take home to his housemates as a joke when we were in Bilbao, which was one of the stops on the cruise that we took with Vicky Booten. And so I like that. But I like these little, I did this bunch of sequins down here and then kind of added these. So it kind of looks like all the sequins have spilled out of this frame down into here. I don't know. When you look at things after you've done them, you see different stuff. And so that's what I saw. I added this after I finished filming the video for this. This was looking a little bit bare to me, and I think I may have added those two stamps. So there's that one. This one I love. We were to use something that we had been hoarding, and for me, I hoard October Afternoon and Basic Gray. I should use them because I love them, but they tend to stay in their little containers and hidden away. So I pulled out several collections for this. There's Daily Flash. There's Public Library. That's also Public Library. And Farm Girl and Woodland. The alphas I know are from Woodland Park. Anyway, it's about how much I loved Weekly Reader when I was in second grade. So I did a second grade page. This one was done for the Christmas Inn hop, and I used all Vicky Booten Evergreen and Holly, and I used a 49 and Market red and white striped bow because it was just so perfect. I love this page. I love this photo of the kids and our tree at the little Jackson house. This little house. This was taken inside that little house. And this one, I forget what the prompt was for this one. Let me see if I wrote it back here. Mixed alphas. Yes. And so I have that. I think when I filmed it, I just had Cute Cottage, but I added the hour up here. just, oops, I have a heart that's coming loose, and I can't have that. Okay, there. I mixed up stuff that I would have never dreamed of using together, just because it was in my Scrap Backwards kit, and because it mirrored to me all the colors that were in the garden that's out in front of and inside of the picket fence there. And all of that, I was at the house last weekend, and all of that is gone, and she's done grass out to the street. And it looks nice. It's still a beautiful little cottage. But for me, I really loved that garden. And this one is a strange one. The prompt was to use stars, and so I looked in my star bucket, and I had these stars that I had fussy cut from I think it's pink paisley. I don't know whether it's Paige Evans or not. Long time ago. And this paper is an old Fancy Pants, I think, and I use go figure, I used the beige side. But I got some kind of color matched washi tapes and did those, and it's all for a story about for a photo of a building I worked in for many years. And I'd never seen a photo of it that made it look that pretty, and this photo appeared on social media, so I grabbed it and decided to do a page. This was for Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. It's pretty much a direct scrap lift of the page that that I found on Pinterest. And I have photos of Katie looking out at the clouds at the airplane wing on her very first airplane ride. And this was a photo I took of her when we were in the bus going down with Times Square in the background, with Broadway down there. And I've used a few flare on here. I haven't used flare in a while, including this Katybug flare that I got from my friend Di. And I've used stuff, I think, from several different Vicki Boutin collections, but most of it is from Where To Next. This one is probably one of my favorite pages I've made ever. Just because I love the strip of photos. I love the goofy picture that James put on his social media, and I grabbed it from his social media. And I added these little film strips and one flower, and then these beach umbrellas and the lettering from, or the alphas from Print Shop. And I don't know where I got this camera, but I fussy cut a bunch of cameras, and I've been using those. And I used a little Posca pen to do dots in the middle of the beach umbrellas. I don't know. I just love this page. I love the background paper. Kind of wasn't sure how I was ever going to use it, and this came to mind. So there. The prompt was large circle. So I let Vicki Boutin do me a large circle, and then I did the rest. This one was for Mixed Media Mayhem and a prompt of rainbow at Scraptember. The Mixed Media Mayhem was a scrap lift, and they had their photos oriented differently, and their mixed media was kind of concentrated in a central part with a lot of white space. And I didn't do that. I kind of spread it all over because I was kind of going for a look that said splash. What is that on? It looks like I got a splash on the photo. Not a problem, but because there's splashes everywhere, it doesn't look all that out of place. That's Barrett putting his toes in our pool. This was in the backyard of that little cottage. He was putting his toes in the pool. He was the first one to dip his toes in the water after we filled the pool, and it was all, we run the heater to test it, and it was nice and warm. So, and this was the first of many, many, many birthday parties that were held in this pool, that same pool. That was in March. Barrett was there in March. This party was in April. The party was actually on John's birthday, but it was celebrating Katie's birthday, which had been 8 days before, but she was not, she was at her mom's then. So I've got these photos, and I made them, kind of large, medium, small. And as they kind of, went up the page, I have wild and crazy embellishments to kind of evoke the idea of a crazy, wild, chaotic, and fun and colorful party with a bunch of 7-year-olds in your brand new pool. So go figure. Hope you enjoyed those. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for October. Bye.